CCTV is the main evidence actually, because the exam was conducted in the examination hall, and they have a provision there. They have mentioned in the instructions that they will conduct a CCTV.
So that is okay. That the CCTV
that
are
is
not
mentioned in the instructions also.
The CCTV which you are showing is on that particular date only.
On that particular date.
Course of examination here.
But that was taken outside actually, and that was between because at
Outside the examination center.
Can I have 2 minutes, Manoj? Can I have 2 minutes before that?
Yes.
Because this is happening, Manoj, every time. He starts with something totally new thing. Not total.
No, he has said that he has already furnished you to the copy of the CCTV footage.
I'm not on Manoj. I'm not on CCTV. I'm slightly on a different point.
Hmm.
In the entire country, total 22.9 lakh students appeared.
Hmm.
So far as Manoj, your lordships are concerned, my lords are concerned with not Indore. Indore has 49 examination centers. Correct, Manoj? 49 examination centers out of total 5,466. Nationwide, it is 5,466 centers. Indore has 49 centers. Out of 49 centers, only 18 centers, there was light disturbance. Light disturbance means there was no electricity. The total number of candidates in Indore are 27,264 candidates. I hope, Lord, I'm able to make myself clear.
Hmm.
Out of which, my Lord, 75 are before your lordship. We do not know, my Lord, which center, my Lord, this CCTV belongs. We do not know, my Lord, what is the position, whether it is belonging to any particular center or somewhere or whatever. Lord, what we did was, taking it not as an adversarial litigation, Lord, we constituted a committee of 3 neutral experts. And I would wish to show to your lordships, my Lord, the result which they have got. That out of, my Lord, one interesting fact your lordships would notice, my Lord, that 11 candidates from these affected centers have scored more than 600 marks, Lord, which is top 100. Lord, the total people, Lord, students who have scored nationally more than 600 are 1,300, out of which 11 are from affected students. Number one. Number two, the average of entire Indore, where there was, not including schools where there was no electricity or there was electricity, out of 109, out of total 170 questions, the average is 119 to 127 questions attempted. That average has remained constant. So we will give those figures to look at some CCTV from somewhere and arrive at a conclusion would not be would be a little hazardous. That's what I'm saying. So let him argue on the facts first, on affidavits. We will also place the facts and affidavit to show that what can be the contours within which the court would like to intervene. And thereafter, of course, it's for your lordships to see the CCTV. But to start with some random CCTV and say that...
No, it is not like that. He has his own anxieties.
No. Therefore, I am not taking it in an...
And I am also not deciding it only on the basis of the CCTV footage.
No, I understand, but I am not taking this as an adversarial matter. But let there be some structured assistance to your lordships.
Yes, of course.
What are the facts?
Yes.
What are the number of centers, total centers, affected centers?
Yes,
yes. What is the findings of the committee, etc.
Yes.
That's my request.
Sir, my submission is here. Examination was conducted in Indore for 49 centers. 49 centers, they have mentioned in their reply that there were 24 affected centers. इसमें the statement I have given of the collector का जो statement था, he has also admitted. ये कहना है कि हमने power supply के लिए we have issued the specific guidelines. और इसमें फिजिकल वेरिफिकेशन होकर उसकी रिपोर्ट भी सबमिट करने के लिए उन्होंने इंस्ट्रक्शंस दिए थे. और कलेक्टर का जो स्टेटमेंट है ऑन दैट पर्टिकुलर डे ही इज टेलिंग के देयर वाज नो इंस्ट्रक्शन फॉर पावर अरेंजमेंट. फर्दर वी विल मैनेज द अरेंजमेंट. वी विल आस्क फॉर द फंड आल्सो. ये पूरा स्टेटमेंट में आया हूँ.
No, your how many petitions are here right now?
My मतलब it's more than 100 actually. 92 I have filed and there are other petitions.
And how many centers are involved?
24 सेंटर. अब कुछ सेंटर्स में जो बच्चों ने कंप्लेंट किया है, मतलब जो अफेक्टेड सेंटर्स में उनकी रिपोर्ट में आया, दैट इज 24
center.
24 अफेक्टेड सेंटर.
It was 24 written earlier, but only one.
एग्जामिनेशन के लिए सब मेरा ये कहना है कि दे हैव चार्ज 1700 फ्रॉम ईच कैंडिडेट. फॉर जनरल कैटेगरी, फॉर PWS दे हैव चार्ज 1600 and for other categories they have charged some certain amount. When you are charging the equal amount, you have to provide the uniform facilities and uniform facilities to all the students. But they are failed actually. They are telling that हमने power arrangement का we have issued the direction in writing also. But collector का statement भी even they reply in their reply also, जो first इनका reply आया था उसमें the observer जो है उन्होंने खुद उसमें admit किया, पेज नंबर 30 31 of reply, the first reply इनका आया कि there was no power backup facility was there and the visibility was also low. I have requested the visibility report from the environment department also, but it's taking time. The visibility on that particular day was 4. Actually, the general visibility will be it's measured in meters actually. तो 6 मीटर जनरली होता है, बट ऑन दैट पर्टिकुलर डे इट वाज 4 और जो एग्जामिनेशन का 4 से 5 का समय था उसमें तो 3 और 1 तक आ गया. तो इनका जो कहना है कि
ये आपका ऐसा कहना है. But is there anything on record to show that this was the
visibility? तो सर इनके ऑब्जर्वर ने खुद इसमें एडमिट किया. हाँ, एडमिट किया. Committee was directed to conduct physical audit of all centers and report to be uploaded on the given link. Physical verification होता तो एग्जामिनेशन सेंटर जहाँ पे पावर नहीं था वो कैसे सर इन्होंने सिलेक्ट करिए. इनके डायरेक्शन थे कि देयर शुड बी मतलब अनइंटरप्टेड पावर वाज द फर्स्ट प्रायोरिटी और उसके लिए पावर कट नहीं होना चाहिए, उसके लिए फिजिकल वेरिफिकेशन करना था, ये रिपोर्ट सबमिट करना था. इनके जितने सेंटर्स पे पावर बैकअप नहीं था वहां पे इन्होंने अपनी रिपोर्ट में ये मेंशन किया है कि देयर वाज प्रॉपर वेंटिलेशन, देयर वाज प्रॉपर नेचुरल लाइट. एक्चुअल सिनेरियो ये था सर कि बारिश आ रही थी, जो खिड़की चालू थी खिड़की भी बंद करनी पड़ी क्योंकि ओएमआर शीट गिली हो रही. और जब बाहर इतना डार्कनेस था, अभी वीडियोस देखेंगे तो आपको अंडरस्टैंड दी सिनेरियो ऑन दैट पर्टिकुलर डे. इतना तेज बारिश और आंधी तूफान था कि वहां पे खिड़की भी चालू नहीं कर पा रहे. तो कैसे नेचुरल लाइट इनकी अवेलेबल हो सकती है ऑन दैट पर्टिकुलर?
कौन सा सेंटर?
हमने सीसीटीवी फुटेज की डिमांड करी कि आप सीसीटीवी फुटेज आपने रिकॉर्ड किया. मैंने वो डॉक्यूमेंट पेश किया है कि उन्होंने स्टूडेंट्स को बोला था कि कोई भी जो है आप यू विल बी अंडर सर्विलेंस, तो आपका सीसीटीवी फुटेज आपका जो है रिकॉर्डिंग आपका वहाँ का हुआ, तो आप सेंटर्स का रिकॉर्डिंग कर दो तो बिल्कुल क्लियर हो जाएगा सिचुएशन. उस पर उन्होंने आज तक कोई रिप्लाई नहीं है.
तो रिकॉर्डिंग कहाँ से होता है?
रिकॉर्डिंग का प्रोविजन है सर, उन्होंने मेंशन किया उसमें क्या इनके इंस्ट्रक्शन एडमिट कार्ड है उसमें उन्होंने मेंशन किया.
मतलब ईच क्लास वुड हैव सीसीटीवी कैमरा.
हाँ,
वेयर इज दैट?
In absence of electricity, the CCTV camera also does not work.
Annexure P11 sir, Annexure P11 जो 28/5 को मैंने पेश
If
किया.
there is a backup, then it would work. But for that reason, the electricity would also work.
But backup electricity would also work. I have the figures in how many centers there was a backup also.
No, he's saying that there is actually a condition, the condition precedent, that there should be a camera and the backup.
Yes.
ये आपका
Yes,
कहना है?
हाँ, अगर था
कहाँ है वो condition?
ये सर Annexure P11
C11.
Annexure P11 सर जो सबमिटेड ऑन 28/5. इसमें मैं एप्लीकेशन उनसे मांगा था, सीसीटीवी फुटेज मांगा था. उसमें पेज नंबर 4 पे आई हैव सबमिटेड द
क्लॉज नंबर 50
इंपॉर्टेंट इंस्ट्रक्शंस फॉर
No
कैंडिडेट.
candidate should adopt any. नहीं, 16 तो adopt 16.
हाँ सर, नो कैंडिडेट शुड अडॉप्ट एनी अनफेयर मींस और इंडल्ज इन एनी अनफेयर एग्जामिनेशन प्रैक्टिस एज द एग्जामिनेशन सेंटर्स आर अंडर सर्विलेंस ऑफ सीसीटीवी एंड इक्विप्ड विद जैमर्स.
As the examination centers are under surveillance of CCTV and equipped with jammers.
It means that आपका इंटरनली जो है सीसीटीवी वाज इंस्टॉल्ड.
No, but it is not a condition.
इट वाज a specific condition. आर्क में
उन्होंने स्टूडेंट्स को ये क्वेश्चन किया था कि भाई आप कोई नकल लोकल नहीं करेंगे, अदरवाइज
उन्होंने रिकॉर्डिंग किया था बच्चों का, क्योंकि फिजिकल वेरिफिकेशन किया है ना उसमें बच्चों का रिकॉर्डिंग भी किया है कि वही बच्चा, क्योंकि चेंज हो जाता है ना सर, रूल चल रहा है, इस वजह से उन्होंने रिकॉर्डिंग किया. ठीक. और इनके ऑब्जर्वर का ही खुद का जो पेज नंबर 30 और 31 है रिप्लाई का, उसमें दे हैव एडमिटेड कि देयर वाज नो पावर बैकअप. तो आप कैसे फॉल्स स्टेटमेंट है? आप एफिडेविट तो दे रहे हैं और उसके बाद में आपने जब सेकंड रिप्लाई फाइल किया उसमें आपने ऑब्जर्वर को हटा के डायरेक्टली सेंटर्स को एक फॉर्मेट भेजा और एक आप जितने ऑब्जर्वर की इनके जो सेंटर्स की रिपोर्ट आएंगी सब एक मतलब वर्ड टू वर्ड मैच कर. केवल एक फॉर्मेट दे दिया उनको और उसमें उन्होंने रिप्लाई कर दिया। ऑब्जर्वर आपके खुद एडमिट कर रहे हैं कि आपके पास फॉर्मेट बैकअप नहीं था, आपके पास में पुअर विजिबिलिटी थी, फिर उसके बाद में डिस्प्यूट क्वेश्चन कहाँ से गए? नंबर ऑफ क्वेश्चन जो अटेम्प्ट की बात कर रहे हैं सर, उसमें साइकोलॉजिकल असेसमेंट उसका भी पर्टिकुलर मैंने डिनायल सबमिट किया कि केवल आप असेसमेंट नंबर ऑफ क्वेश्चन से नहीं कर सकते, क्योंकि एक्यूरेसी वर्सेस मतलब अपना अपीयरेंस वर्सेस वो नहीं होता है, आपका एक्यूरेटी नहीं होती। बच्चों को एक्यूरेट इसमें एक एक मार्क्स का मतलब 180 क्वेश्चंस थे, 3 घंटे में उनको अटेम्प्ट करना, तो एवरी सेकंड वाज प्रीशियस। और बच्चे अंडर डिप्रेशन, अंडर स्ट्रेस थे, तो उन्होंने जल्दबाजी में कुछ भी अटेम्प्ट करके कर दिया, उसको वी कैन नॉट कंसीडर कि उन्होंने अटेम्प्ट किया तो दे आर नॉट एलिजिबल फॉर री एग्जामिनेशन। और प्रीवियसली ऑल्सो सुप्रीम कोर्ट में पहले जो इनका 2024 में हुआ था, देयर आल्सो दे हैव कंडक्टेड री एग्जामिनेशन। वहां मैटर वाज रिलेटेड टू पेपर लीक कुछ स्टेट्स हैं, बट दे हैव कंडक्टेड री एग्जामिनेशन।
वो कौन सा जजमेंट? Which judgment?
That was as per committee's report. This time committee has report otherwise.
Okay.
I'm not being adversarial, I'm just factually correct.
That is the case. Instead of that's really also conducted by 18 years. If the government 24 hours is 25, without any committee, I have heard right from. They were without
So committee was not an independent committee. Committee was formed by the NTA only. आप ही गलती कर रहे हैं, आप ही असेसमेंट कर रहे हैं. That was not an independent body. उनको आपने TAD और सारे अलाउंसेस उसमें लिखा हुआ है कि यू विल पे, तो वो आपके अगेंस्ट में कैसे रिपोर्ट देंगे?
नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है भाई, तो पढ़े लिखे लोग हैं, वो प्रोफेसर वगैरह
IIT professors.
That is not the criteria, sir. Acceptance का जो मतलब आपका जो क्वेश्चन ऑफ मार्क्स अटेम्प्टेड है, वो that will not be a criteria.
that cannot be a goal.
that because a student is preparing
That I agree.
drop
कुछ लोग 3 साल, कुछ लोग 4 साल, कुछ लोग 5 साल से अटेम्प्ट कर रहे हैं सर। 1 साल का फाइनेंशियली इन्वॉल्वमेंट देखें। और बच्चों ने मतलब अगर अपन कंसर्न है कि गवर्नमेंट एजेंसी तो हमको इतना सब करना पड़ रहा है, प्राइवेट एजेंसी होती है, दे आर चार्जिंग समथिंग, दे हैव टू प्रोवाइड सर्विसेज इक्विवेलेंट टू दैट अमाउंट।
so attending because the student has the condition whole year he is practicing that I have to attempt. So in anyhow when they were initially they were told that there will be nothing done, so they have to attempt.
So
there is no choice to them to except for attempting. If they have not attempted, then they would have said you have attempted even. So attempting is the only choice that the student, so they were not aware that they could have done this. They could appear to the court and they could file. This is what a first student is thinking that I have to appear. My career and my life is still is there. So if depending on us, a dropout is a pressure is everybody who is appearing for NEET has a dream to become a doctor. To conduct this act, this what last year NEET UG exam was matter of the judgment. On those one negligence is there. In any manner that has to be considered.
सर इनका रिप्लाई में ये कहना है कि बच्चों ने उस समय वॉइस रेज नहीं किया था। मेरा माइनर से तुमने कहते एक बार सर वीडियो देखिए, आपको सिचुएशन क्लियर हो जाएगा क्या उन्होंने किया था वहाँ पर, क्या कलेक्टर का स्टेटमेंट था, क्या एनवायरनमेंट था आउटसाइड दी, और इवन एक सेंटर पे तो उन्होंने अंदर जाके फुटेज दिया हुआ है, तो उसमें पूरा अंदर डार्कनेस शो हो रहा है।
If my learned friend can just point out CCTV is from which center and which room.
जो आए अवेलेबल हुए, क्योंकि उस समय को ऐसा बच्चे मतलब 17-18 साल के सर एवरेज एज के बच्चे या नॉट क्रिमिनल, इस तरह से माइंडसेट नहीं था उनका कि हमको इस तरह से करना।
अरे भाई वो पूछ रहे हैं उसमें
जनरल सर, ये जनरल जो अपने पुलिस में, तो उनके पास में जो वीडियो आया तो मैंने एक के एफिडेविट के साथ में पेश किया।
If there is no electricity, there would not be any CCTV. Maybe there is some CCTV from
not
outside.
CCTV, camera video taken from various
But they can't carry the more mobiles also inside.
ये पेरेंट्स वगैरह दिख रहे हैं पुलिस वालों के साथ में, वो क्या बता रहे हैं
सब पुलिस वालों से जब इन्होंने आर्गुमेंट करा कि सर प्रॉब्लम आ रही, तो पुलिस वालों ने उनको धमकी दी गाड़ी में डाल दो। ये वहाँ की सिचुएशन थी, ये वीडियो है।
गवर्नमेंट हायर सेकेंडरी स्कूल विजयनगर इंदौर जी।
टीआई वहाँ पे प्रेजेंट थे, टीआई कह रहे हैं मैं एसडीएम लेवल का आदमी प्रेजेंट है, टीआई लेवल का आदमी प्रेजेंट है, फालतू बात करो, चलो गाड़ी में डालो। सर माइनॉर का व्यू ये था सर कि रिजल्ट डिक्लेयर होने से नथिंग विल हैपन, बिकॉज जो भी होगा फाइनल आउटकम।
भाई 69 तो यहाँ पर I would not be
There I have something to say. Look, there were some students who felt that they have done well and unnecessarily their result is withheld. So, my lord, we said that there are two views. Those who are not disputing, let their results be declared, because entire 27,264 candidates, their results were not declared. Their results were withheld because of, my lord, few individuals, my lord, filing a petition. So, court said that those who have not disputed, let the result be declared. But I'll come to that, my lord.
that particular day it was more than 200. मतलब काफी सारे बच्चे जो affected हैं सर, they are अभी मेरे पास जो सर पर्सनली जो कॉल्स आ रहे हैं, कोई गांव में सर कोई काम, मतलब बच्चे झारखंड से एग्जाम देने, राजस्थान से एग्जाम देने यहाँ पे आ रहे हैं, या फिर एमपी के दूसरे स्टेट से, डिफरेंट स्टेट से आ रहे हैं, बहुत रिमोट एरिया से आ रहे हैं, तो उनको सर इतना आइडिया नहीं था मतलब। तो जैसे जैसे उनको जानकारी मिलती
तारीख का है
ये सर
झारखंड से बच्चे यहाँ है।
सबमिट किया, मतलब डिफरेंट डेट्स के हैं, और सबमिट जो किया सर वो डेट जो
व्हाट इज द डेट
24 ऑफ मई
24 ऑफ
मई। और ऐसा भी नहीं सर, मैं आपको बताऊं कि बच्चे पेपर टफ होने की वजह से जो है पिटिशंस में आए, इसमें मोस्ट ऑफ द जो स्टूडेंट्स हैं दे आर पोटेंशियल स्टूडेंट, उनके पास्ट अगर करियर देखें, प्रीवियस ईयर के स्कोर कार्ड भी हमने पेश किए कई पिटिशन के साथ में, दे परफॉर्म वेरी वेल प्रीवियसली, बट प्रीवियस ईयर में जो है किसी 2 मार्क्स से 5 मार्क्स से नहीं रहने के बाद उन्होंने दे हैव वर्क हार्ड दिस ईयर, और इस साल ये पोजीशन होने की वजह से दे आर स्टिल विद, मतलब 2 महीने से दे आर वेटिंग फॉर द आउटकम ऑफ दिस।
वेरी वेग।
अगर ऐसा होता, पेपर टफ होता, उस वजह से लोग आते, तो अभी तो मोर देन 2000 पिटिशंस फाइल हो
So
जाते।
have you filed such a previous record of any of such petitioner?
आई हैव फाइल्ड सो मेनी सर, मतलब 10-12 लोगों के तो होंगे।
क्या है
तो इसमें जो लास्ट स्कोर था दैट वाज 572,
हाँ
572 आउट ऑफ 720। एक्चुअली देयर आर 180 क्वेश्चंस, ईच क्वेश्चन हैज 4 मार्क्स, द टोटल नंबर ऑफ मार्क्स आर 720। तो इसको प्रीवियस स्कोर वाज 572।
कहाँ जा 572?
तो ये स्कोर कार्ड में सर देखेंगे तो
below the photograph, below the QR code you lost.
Below QR code. हाँ 500.
Exactly
ठीक,
below that.
ठीक. Total marks obtained out of 720.
Yes.
So she had 572.
इसमें सर इशू क्या है सर कि बच्चे जो है 17722 में भी है सर, उसमें भी फाइल है, ऐसे काफी सारी पिटीशन में फाइल किया हुआ। इसमें सर जो फाइट है दैट इज ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट कॉलेजेस। बच्चे अच्छा परफॉर्म कर रहे हैं, लास्ट ईयर उनका परफॉर्मेंस अच्छा था, बट उन्होंने इस साल ट्राई किया कि दे विल गेट अ, क्योंकि मिडिल क्लास फैमिलीज से हैं तो दे कैन नॉट अफोर्ड द फीस ऑफ प्राइवेट कॉलेजेस, तो उन्होंने और मेहनत की, और इस बार, लेकिन इस बार अनफॉर्चुनेट रहा कि सरकार, क्योंकि ये जो
There are no averments, my lord. These are all emotive arguments, but there has to be averment. Mr. X, he got this, he is
No,
poor.
he has filed the document manually, then he must have made the averments also.
Lord,
P7,
even I
I
have
agree with you, Lord. If
WP number also.
a 226 petition can be argued, my lord, it would be difficult.
Mr. Mehta, please refer to this P7 of WP number 17344.
My lord, out of 22 lakh students, if somebody shows one student or 10 students that earlier they had good marks, they gave a second chance, and now there is electricity failure, my lord, may perhaps I'll be able to satisfy, not be a ground for interference in 226. But my learned friend is raising all emotive arguments, not legal submissions. I'll be able to satisfy them. It happens, my lord. Last time, suppose the paper is relatively easy, I might get 572. If this time it is relatively difficult, I might get, my lord, less than that. Lord, for example, out except this 75 student, or let us take 200 students. This, Lord, internet. Google sheet,
Petition,
etc.
yes.
The total number of students are 27,000 in Indore. Correct, my lords? Now, my lord, they have not come before your lordships. They are satisfied with their performance. Now, suppose we were to order a, my lord, fresh examination. The fresh examination paper might be difficult for them also. So, we will be compelling them to appear in a second examination, though they are happy with that, and I will be able to show that with documents. I can bacche is, my lord, I am also my lord, father, my lord, we also have sympathy, and I am not taking it adversary. But ultimately, you will have to bring your prayer within the domain of Article 226.
Yes, anything else? Anyone? Yes.
Yes.
Hmm.
So one thing, learned PhD has seen that out of 27,011 has performed so well that they have scored more than 600. That is not 0.5% of the total student. And on the legal aspects, if sir is concerning that, it is nowhere in the provisions of any law or constitution has been said that all the 27,000 has to file the petition. Only then the re-examination can be conducted.
Huh?
question put to engineer and how we identify the approach to oppose the examination. Are not very different. How they get the
तो उसमें इंटरव्यूअर जो है उनका भी केवल सबमिशन ये है कि दे आर नॉट दे डू नॉट वांट टू रिकंडक्ट द एग्जामिनेशन, तो उनका एग्जामिनेशन अच्छा गया तो या नेक्स्ट उनको ऐसा नहीं है कि उनका रिजल्ट जो है डिक्लेयर हुआ तो उसके पहले उन्होंने बोला था एग्जामिनेशन जो है कंडक्ट नहीं होना चाहिए, देयर आर सर्टेन अदर रीजंस के नेक्स्ट ईयर उनको अटेम्प्ट करना है। वो फैक्ट अलग थे सर, that was a different altogether.
No, there also this destruction of electricity was
there were rain and wind also. There are three things which were there in God.
And the storm, rain and
Outage of light.
the entire climate was cloudy. Darkness was there actually. और वहाँ पे
they were windows and
they were relying upon initially.
Let them complete.
Now they say that it will not be available.
Let them complete. Yeah.
regarding the I think something from the
So one last something.
Sir, one more submission is there. ये मौसम जो खराब हुआ था, that was not sudden. There was already advisory issued by the meteorological department. That was totally ignored. इतने बड़े लेवल पे इतने weather forecast was there. Secondly, जो weather forecast वो बैकअप जहाँ पे भी बैकअप नहीं वहाँ पे इन्होंने मेंशन कर दिया कि नेचुरल लाइट वाज अवेलेबल. मौसम मतलब द क्लाइमेट वाज टोटली क्लाउडी.
एंड सर जो ये बार बार एक सबमिशन दे रहे हैं कि बहुत सारे बच्चे नहीं आए, मेरी खुद की नीस जब पेपर खराब हुआ था तो उन्होंने ड्रॉप लेके वापस से जो कोर्सेज हैं अडॉप्ट कर लिए थे, इसलिए उन्होंने रिट पिटीशन फाइल नहीं करी. That doesn't matter. अच्छा गया
काफी सारे स्टूडेंट्स ने रेगुलरिटीज ऑफ मिसमैनेजमेंट की वजह से करियर चेंज करा है सर. लास्ट ईयर मतलब जो अभी मेरे टच में है साइकोलॉजी में चले गए बच्चे.
It is not still easy. It Malo permit them to, for example, hypothetically think there is a re-exam. So it is not that the re-exam will be easier for a student to take it. Hypothetically, it is the re-exam will become tougher because every student who prepared from last 1 year, if he suppose he has to give a re-exam within a month or within 2 months, it will be more difficult for him. So it is not that it is unfair or fair. The students are suffering either way. But that's why we are before Maro, this is what happens. That they were prepared for one last year and what they have faced.
Yeah, that's all.
Yes.
Yes.
So this is an admitted question that they were having that
They have denied this, stating that this is a mischievous petition. They were having right and then also they have to reply this.
Even in the first reply, page number 30 or 21, the observer has they have admitted that there was no power backup. अभी जो रिप्लाई फाइल किया लेटेस्ट उसमें उन्होंने सेंटर से ले लिया है कि नहीं वी गॉट अ पावर बैकअप और बीजी सेट हमने यूज किया था सब किया. और कॉन्ट्रडिक्शन के साथ फॉल्स स्कूल कह रहा है कि मेरे यहाँ जो है डीजी सेट था और ये था, और ऑब्जर्वर कह रहे हैं कि दो ऑब्जर्वर फ्रॉम द सेम सेंटर स्कूल दे आर सेइंग देयर वाज नो पावर बैकअप और विजिबिलिटी वाज लो. और वो सेंटर स्कूल जो स्कूल से इन्होंने मेल मंगा के सब कुछ जो कम्युनिकेशन किया है उसमें दे आर सेइंग कि हमारे पास पावर बैकअप.
यही कारण है कि हम सब जगह से आके इन्फॉर्मेशन लेने के बाद भी कोर्ट के पास.
चलिए ठीक.
आइटम नंबर 110.17 लॉजिक हमारा रिजल्ट डिक्लेयर कर दिया. पिटीशन हमने 16/5 को फाइल कर दी थी.
चलिए ठीक है देखिए. यस मिस्टर मेहता.
Please, Lord, I am conversant with Lord the concerns of Lord the students, and therefore I am not taking Lord any adversarial view. But at the same time, Lord, it is our responsibility to place the correct facts and the consequence if the petition is to be entertained. Lord, please have some facts, Lord, so that your lordships can have a holistic picture and take, can arrive at a correct decision. The total number of students which National Testing Agency deals with in this examination is 22.09 lakhs. So kindly write down certain facts, which may assist the court in arriving at a correct conclusion.
Yes.
We are now in this petitions concerned with Indore. I was not aware about 2 centers in Ujjain, but the total number of candidates with which we are concerned in Indore, not the petitioners, but total Indore candidates are 27,264. Correct, Manoj?
Yes.
Now, this 27,000 odd candidates were to appear in 49 centers.
Okay.
I may request my learned friend Mr. Rupesh Kumar to give a 1-pager so that your lordship may not have to write down.
Yeah.
I have this on the, and I'll share it with all my friends on the other side.
Yes.
Your lordship gets my
Yes.
Now, there are total 49 centers. This is not a fact in dispute. Now, please see, in 10 centers, there was no power outage. So everything goes smoothly. Then 19 centers, though there was a power outage, but there was a DG set backup and therefore, nothing happened. The lights were on and everything went on smoothly. 19 centers, power outage, but enough natural light and DG backup. In some rooms, there was a DG backup. Otherwise, there was a natural light, which I will substantiate. How I say that there was a natural light and they could attempt the papers, I'll be able to substantiate. Then power outage for 10 to 15 minutes, but sufficient natural light. So there was not a complete power outage from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. The total duration is 3 hours examination. Now, power outage for 1 hour, but sufficient natural light is 18. These are the affected people. There may be some 10 minutes of power outage, etc. It did not affect the examination and the performance I'll be able to show. But these are the 18 centers where there was a power outage for 1 hour, but there was a sufficient outrage, sufficient natural light. This question paper, there is very, very crucial point. This question paper contains, your lordships may now may not read, or I may go along with your lordships on this. Now, kindly come to 3.1. As per statistical analysis carried out by experts, average number of questions attempted by candidates at each center, your lordships may note affected center, each means each affected center, are almost the same, ranging from 119 to 127 questions. Now, pause here for a minute. It is not mentioned, but I am not making a statement which would not be disputed.
How many questions were there?
Yes, exactly. I was going to say that.
180.
180. But the crucial and important part which we must assist your lordship is that there is a negative marking. Your lordships are aware about negative marking. If I give a wrong answer, my right answer also gets cut. So we are always miser unless and until we are sure that my answer is right. We do not attempt that question with a view of to avoid negative marking. So this 119 to 127 is not an average attempt by students from each of the affected 18 centers. But now more important part is those centers which were not affected. Either there was no outage of light or there was DG set available. This number remains constant, 119 to 127. It's not as if in the affected centers, the questions which were attempted were significantly less. Maybe 2 or 5 questions here or there. Now, my lord, one more fact, my lord, I must, at the outset, I should have said this. My lord, one of the candidate from Indore Center who attempted his or her question, I'm not aware of, my lord, whether it's a daughter or a son, but she is All India number 2. She's a topper from affected center. But that be that as it may. I'll proceed further. Now, my lord, on analysis of marks obtained by all candidates from affected centers, that is 18, 11 have scored above 600 marks and are considered toppers in NET UG of 2025. They're toppers, my lord. They have crossed 600 marks out of 720. And the total number of, my lord, such students are 1300. All India. In all India, 1300 students have crossed 600 marks, out of which 11 are from these 18 affected centers. Now, my lord, analysis of OMR sheets of petitioners reveal that petitioners have marked considerably good number of questions in the OMR sheet. Some have attempted more than 170 number of questions out of total 180 questions. My lord, I would request my learned friend, Mr. Rupesh Kumar, my lord, to show one MRA, my lord, this OMR sheet. My lord, just to show that there was nothing turns up, my lord, on the merits of the answers given, but please have a look at the OMR sheet. My lord, if I am a student and I am getting this is my lord, answer sheet. My lord, your lordships and me, my lord, possibly your lordships are much younger to me, but we used to get a blank answer sheet and we used to write, my lord, our answers. But now in this OMR sheet, these are all multiple choice questions. So question number 1, 1, 2, 3, and 4. If I feel that 3 is the correct answer, I will darken it. But the darkening pattern is also, my lord, suggestive of the fact that it's not, my lord, darkening in a dark environment. It's very well properly darkened choices which they have, my lord, adopted. Now, my lord, kindly come to my note, my lord, Roman 4.
Yes.
All the classrooms of all centers were of good schools in Indore, which had large windows and were very well ventilated. Examination was conducted from 2 to 5, so cannot be pitch dark. Now, my lord, answers have been accurately marked and placed in the circles or bubble earmark. My lord, there was no smudging. If we, my lord, try to do this in a small circle during, my lord, when there is a darkness, then we are bound to go out of that circle, my lord, which has not happened. Now, my lord, kindly see, before I take your lordships to this, Lord, what we did was that there were two categories of students. Lord, out of 27,000 students, some 75 plus had come before your lordships and had the problem that we could not attempt the papers because of the light outage, etc. As against that, we have maximum number of students, my lord, who did not come, and some students who came and said that we have performed well. There was a light outage, but there was no light outage of such an extent that we could not answer our questions, and therefore, please don't interfere. Having, my lord, two sides before us, the National Testing Agency, but what we did was that let neutral people who are experts in the subject take a call based upon, my lord, their analysis. And if your lordships can please come to, my lord, the report of the experts and who the reports are, or who, my lord, the experts are. My lord, please have a look at first the experts, my lord. They are completely independent, against whom, my lord, no allegations are made except saying that they were appointed by us. But please come to page 67 of my reply. I dated 19th June.
This is the serial number in ERP.
Lord, it is in writ petition 17344.
$5.20. 2020.
This is 1.344.
It's 19th June. My lord, thereafter, my lord, I had given
Serial number.
31.
Look, this copy is given to all my learned friends on the other side, and this is treated as, my lord, the main reply. On the top of right hand side, my lord, it is
Just hold on a minute. Just hold on. Let it load.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Yes. Yes. Page number?
67.
67. 57.
Yes, but just, my lord, who the members are. My lord, my learned friend, my lord, had some that they are our people, etc. My lord, I'm just showing that they're neutral people. My lord. We have appointed, obviously, only we can appoint Professor Neeraj Joshi, member, Department of Mathematics, Indian Institute of Technology, Delhi. Light, your lordship gets, my lord?
Page number 57?
67, my lord.
67. Okay.
67, my lord.
67. Yes, Professor Neeraj Joshi.
Neeraj Joshi, Department of Mathematics, Indian Institute of Technology, Delhi. Then another is Professor Chandrabhan Yadav, member, Department of Statistics, University of Delhi. Then Professor Girish Chandra, Department of Statistics, University of Delhi. Now, nobody may not connected with us, but they are in neutral experts. But I may not take your lordships to the examination, or rather, my lord, the procedure they have followed. But please come to page 57 now. It's an elaborate report.
Yes.
The title is Statistical Analysis of Number of Questions Attempted by the Candidates between Centers Affected and Unaffected by Power Outrage in Indore and Centers of an Unaffected Neighboring City. Not only Indore, because 49 total, 18 affected. Then they have, my lord, background is given. My lord, group 1 is non-affected, group 2 is affected. They have, my lord, taken all the figures from us, and thereafter, my lord, if your lordships can come to the conclusion directly at page 66.
Yes.
Interpretation. In first interpretation, then conclusion. In all comparisons, the p-values exceed 0.01. Therefore, we fail to reject the null hypothesis. This implies no statistically significant difference in the number of questions attempted between affected and unaffected centers of Indore and a neighboring city. As it is evident from the analysis, with 99% confidence within bracket at the 1% level of significance, there is no evidence to suggest that power outrage at the centers has any significant adverse impact on candidates' performance as measured by the number of questions attempted. Hence, there is no significant difference between the average performance of the candidates who appeared at the affected and non-affected centers. We have also plotted the following bar diagram indicating the center-wise average number of responses in affected and unaffected centers in Indore, along with a neighboring city. This clearly indicates that there are cases of affected centers where candidates have attempted more number of questions than those centers which are unaffected. Hence, it is evident from the analysis that with 99% confidence, there is no significant difference between performance of the candidates who appeared at the affected and non-affected centers. The same holds in a comparative analysis with a neighboring city, which also had no thunderstorm. Thus, it can be safely concluded that there is no adverse impact of the power outage of the performance of candidates in the power affected center. But if there is no light or there is no enough light or sufficient light, the first indication would be the attempt would be minimum. Attempted questions would be minimum. The second would be the broader result. And I have pointed out already that the broader result is that large number of students have crossed 600. One student is second in the at an all India level, and this is the average everywhere. So where there was a problem, we cannot be in a denial mode, but either there was a backup, there was a power outage only for some time, and third, when there was a power outage for 1 hour out of 3 hours, there was sufficient light, and they concluded. Now, what would happen if the prayer of the petitioner is to be granted? The difficulty would be, your lordships are aware, the level of difficulty of one question paper is always different from the level of difficulty of another question paper.